my summer book recommendations. Now I know summer is like halfway over, so I really want to get this video in to give you a few last book recommendations for the last few months of summer. In summer, I typically like to read mystery books or contemporaries, and then I just started really getting into like paranormal. You'll see from my recommendation what I'm talking about, because normally I'm scared of everything, but I found this book series to be a lot of fun. So let's get to it. My first recommendation is The Cuckoo's Calling and the Silkworm by Robert Galbraith. These are written by J.K. Rowling. These books are a lot of fun. They are a mystery series focused on Detective Cormoran Strike. When we meet him in this book, he's a little down and out. He's not doing so hot. Then he gets this case to find out who murdered this celebrity, Lula Landry. It is just really good. You're constantly guessing who did it. You're like going back thinking, oh, they must be lying. It's a really good book. I highly recommend it, especially if you're new to the mystery genre like I was. It's very fast-paced, very easy to read. The Silkworm is the second book in this series. I don't have it with me right now. I loaned it out, but it is also really good. I might even think it's better than this one. That follows an author who is missing, and his wife goes to strike to try and find him. It's just really interesting. It's really gruesome and kind of disgusting, but really, really good. There is also like the slightest tinge of romance in these, very, very small. I'm a lover of all romance stories, so I pick it out and I love it. And yeah, it's between Cormoran and then his like sidekick helper Robin, and it's just like very, very subtle. Yeah, so I'm really excited to find out how their story turns out and to read the third book in this series, which comes out in October, I think. Maybe October, yeah. So let me know if you're into mystery books, and if you've read more, let me know like some other recommendations, since this is really like my first little step into the genre. Next, kind of still continuing on with the mystery theme, but also throwing in some YA romance and fantasy, I recommend The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. Now, I haven't read The Heart of Betrayal yet, but I have it on my shelf, and I cannot wait to get to it. But in this book, I think this is a great summer read because it also has a lot of mystery to it. We follow Leah in this book, and she is a princess about to get married, and instead of getting married, she runs away, and then an assassin and a prince go out to find her. As the reader, we don't know who is the assassin and who is the prince. And I'd say that's for about like, I don't know, half or 2/3 of the book. And that was my favorite part of this book, just guessing who is who, and I just thought that was a lot of fun. So it has a great mystery, and it has a lot of romance, and it starts building this big fantasy world that maybe has magic in it we're kind of getting to see. So I definitely recommend this, especially now since you can marathon this one and then The Heart of Betrayal right after it. So that should be good. And then also kind of continuing with the mystery, but mixing it with more of a chick lit book, I recommend The Boy Next Door by Meg Cabot. In this book, we follow Mel, who is a gossip columnist that lives in New York City, and she lives in an apartment next to this older lady, and one day this accident happened. She thinks that the old lady got attacked, and she's not sure if it was maybe someone in the building, so she starts getting like kind of weary of her neighbors, and then this really cute guy moves in, and maybe he kind of has something to do with it. He's like pretending to be someone he's not, and it's just a lot of fun. It's really cute. It's a quick read. It's really light. You can probably read it in like 1 or 2 sittings. It'd be perfect if you're at the pool or the beach. If you've read any of Meg Cabot's books, then they're very similar. I kind of like compare it to like almost a Sophie Kinsella book too. So just very lighthearted and fun. So definitely pick it up for summer. Now into the contemporary romance books, I'm going to do like a bit of a throwback here and recommend Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Now, classics are usually a lot harder to get through, and I think in summer you kind of think like really light and fun, which is like typically what I go for. But in the summer, we have a little bit more free time. Maybe, I don't know if I really have more free time, but you know, you want to think that you do. And this book is just like, you have to read this if you like contemporary books. It's just the ultimate love story where she hates him and he doesn't like her, and then they fall in love. I don't think that's a spoiler because I think we all know what happens in this book. I was putting off reading it for so long. I finally read it at the beginning of this year, and I was just like upset with myself for not getting to it sooner. So I think if you still have to read this book and you like other romances, you should definitely give this a try. I also found it a bit easier to go through the story because there are some outdated words, and you know, just what they do is a little different than how life is now. I watched the Lizzie Bennet Diaries along with it, and I thought that was a lot of fun. So I definitely recommend that. So you get to enjoy a good book and you get to learn some new words. I think that's like real cool. Next, continuing with the contemporary theme, I'm recommending Anna, Lola, and Isla by Stephanie Perkins. I talk about these books all the time because I read them this year and I absolutely love them. They were so much fun. I think these are a perfect book for reading at the beach or the pool. Just so cute. Then you'll read them and you'll just be saying, oh my god, that's so cute. And then you get like a really good crush for summer, you know. You can crush on either Etienne or Cricket or Josh, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun. So read them if you haven't yet. And lastly, for the paranormal book recommendation, I'm going with The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. Now, I just read this book and I loved it so much. It is so good. In this, we follow Blue, who her family is all psychics, but she's not a psychic. She's like an amplifier, like makes the energy more easy for them to read. And then she meets the Raven Boys, who are this group of boys who go to this fancy private school in the area. Their main boy, Gansey, is on this quest to find these ley lines, which are energy lines that this king is buried on. And it's just the book is so crazy, and there are times that you have no idea what's going on, but it's written so beautifully. It just like throws you for loops all the times, like crazy loops that you're just like, how did I not know this was coming? Where did this come from? And it's super creepy. When I have to go out at night now, I have dogs, and when I take them for a walk, then I like see all these shadows, and I'm just so terrified then that I'm in these like creepy forests that they go in. So it's like really good especially if you like a little paranormal twist, and I highly recommend it. I'm going to be doing a review video on this, so if you haven't read it yet, you can check that out. I'll make sure to do a non-spoiler part as well. If you have read it, then watch so we can talk about it together, because I want to talk about this book. Alright, those are my recommended summer reads. Let me know what you're reading this summer and what are your go-to summer read books. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye! Wrath in the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. I love this book. I think I'm just putting this in here so I can talk about this book more because it is my favorite book I've read so far this year. Like, it's awesome. If you haven't read it, you should go read it right now. And yeah,